4 trends transforming how America saves for retirement. Yeah, these are pretty big. A lot of these weren't around, let's say 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So guys, maybe you can maybe some of you are already taking advantage of these. If not, look into it. It could really help you save. Number one, first of all, I got all these from Forbes, which got it from a 2024 Vanguard report. Number one, and this is huge, dare I say, huge, automatic enrollment in 401k plans or retirement plans with your employer. How is this different from how it used to be? Well, I know back when I was working, you had to opt in to this. You had to sign up for this. What they're doing now is they're automatically enrolling new employees in something like a 401k plan. So if you don't want to do it, you have to opt out. Now think about it. For someone who's lazy, I know I'm a lazy slug sometimes. It might take you a while to realize, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what? Sometimes it takes a while. And if people really don't want to do it, at least they got somewhat of a start, right? Say they're 23 years old. I think this is one of the best things that have come along in retirement in a long time. So, in other words, they have to ask out. They have to opt out of this plan. They also have automatic deferral rates and target date funds, which really help in that. I mean, target date funds, which I'll get to in a second, a little more detail. I am a huge, dare I say again, huge fan of target date funds. I still have some of my portfolio in target date funds. When I first started, I thought I was going to do it all on my own. It's like, yeah, man, I got an MBA. I know what's going on. I can pick this and this and this, right? No. My buddy over here, can you see him, the Day of the Dead guy? He says no. So I tried doing that for a year, maybe a year and a half. Disastrous results. So I switched over to a target retirement date fund. For those of you who don't know, let me go to number two. Point number two. More savers are opting for professionally managed allocations. In this case, one of the examples is a target date fund. What that does for my younger viewers is you decide the date that you want to retire. Look at this. I am getting so excited by target date funds. I need my retirement vodka. Much calmer now. Much calmer. Target date funds. Say you think you're going to retire in 2045. You pick a target date fund that is set for year 2045. So what it does, it takes all the hassle out of it, especially if you're not sure about how to invest. It'll start out, say you're 25, pretty aggressive because you got so much time to make things up if the market tanks, right? It gradually gets more conservative until you're very close to retirement, which it is much more conservative than when you first started out. So target date funds, I'm a huge, again, I said huge, yes, huge fan of target date funds. Hey, for those of you who see me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for people on moderate income. If you think you might like that, think about subscribing and like the video. And if you really like it, down here, you can buy me a coffee. I love coffee. More on number two. A target date fund it's kind of another phrase for it is an account advisory service. To show how popular these are now, just to finish out this whole target date thing, 66% invested in target date funds in 2023. That is up from only 7% 20 years ago. I guess I was one of the 7% because 20 years ago, the bulk of my investments were in target date funds. Again, can't recommend them highly enough. Number three, advice-driven investment programs. 43% of plans offer advice now. Now, this could be in a person giving you advice. Vanguard has an automated feature. Now, I tried it once. This was a while ago. I thought it was kind of lacking. I mean, it really didn't do that good for me, but this is 5 years ago. Okay, 4 years ago, something like that. I would highly advise looking into it because, like the target date funds, this can take a lot of the work out of it for just a normal person who's really not financially savvy at all. I mean, I am somewhat because I have an MBA. I mean, I have a good general knowledge of finance, but if you get into the nitty gritty stuff, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, it just takes, just like anyone, you have to look into it, investigate it. This, if they can give you an advice from a robo-advisor or an actual person, why not take advantage of it? Again, I would try out, you know what? I'm going to try out the robo fund. I'll get back to you guys on this. I'm going to try that out again and see if it's better this time. One thing that this can do is, let's say you got a bad market, or like what happened to me, sequence of returns risk just knocked me upside the head. 6 months after I retired, the market went boo. What this can do for some people, the advice that you get from your broker, it can prevent panic selling. Because a lot of people, they say that go down. When I first started saving, I think it was in my early 40s, it was a bad market that happened, I think, God, I can't remember the year. I panicked. I sold some of my individual stocks because I thought I knew what I was doing, right? Dumb idea. Lost a lot of money on that. So after that, I went to the target date funds. But what advice-driven investment programs can do for you, they can prevent that panic selling that I guess is part of human nature. You think about it, right? Things are going bad. I'm out of here. But it's counterintuitive in the vast majority of cases in investing. If you trust your portfolio, if you trust your investments and what's going on, buy and hold. Don't do anything in a panic sell. I have friends who tried to time the market. A couple of them got it right. They didn't get it right the second time. A lot of people can do it once. Try doing it twice, guys. No one knows what's going to happen with the market. Some are more well-educated on certain signs that, hey, looks like it may be going down a little bit. Looks like it may be going up. But to time the market, no one can do that consistently. So advice-driven investment programs can prevent panic selling. And the fourth trend, transforming how America saves. Plan managers adapting to a changing workforce. Here's an example of that. 17% use Roth savings now, up from only 12% in 2019. And some of them are starting pretty early. Participation ages in actual saving in general, 401ks, IRAs, ages 25 to 34 has gone from 74% 10 years ago to 83% now. So the managers of these funds are adapting to, different traits, different tendencies for the younger generations, and they're trying to incorporate that into the whole age-old investment strategy. They're tweaking certain things to make it more friendly for younger people to feel more comfortable investing. I mean, if you can go into a Roth, let's say middle of your life, you're looking pretty good. Roth, you pay all the taxes up front, and then at the end, when you take it out, when you're retired, that's tax-free money. Could make sense for a lot of you guys, right? So there are 4 trends that are transforming how America saves. Guys, leave me some comments. Are you taking advantage of any of these trends? Do you feel any of these might apply to you? Do you think investing is now easier than when it was, let's say, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Is it easier to understand? Is it easier to implement this? With the automatic enrollment in 401ks, I think that's the best thing that's come along in years. Because again, you have to take the initiative to opt out of that. And I know me, being a lazy slug sometimes, it took me a while to get around to doing that, if I even wanted to do it. And for instance, you might be automatically enrolled, and a year later, if you're in a good market, look at your balance and go, oh, okay, I forgot about that. you're going to leave it in there, right? So these trends, I think they're only positive. They're only positive, guys. And as always, from the lovely high desert, where it's getting a little cooler out, not too bad today, not too bad at all. Me and my buddy over here, can you see him? I never know if you can see it. There he is, Mr. Day of the Dead. We got this.